The quest. In the heart of the savannah, golden sunlight kissed rolling hills and rivers gleamed like molten silver. Here lay the kingdom of Opep, where mud huts dotted the villages, and the royal palace stood proudly, carved with the symbols of ancestors. Here lived Prince Kwon, a young man of courage and wisdom, destined for greatness. Prince Kwon trained daily with the palace warriors, honing his skill with spear and shield. Each strike precise, each movement deliberate. Even in training, the villagers whispered, "He is a prince of valor." At a festival of drums and dancing, Kwon's eyes met Oho, a woman of grace and intelligence. She laughed, radiant as the sun, and he thought, "This is the one my heart has awaited." She smiled back softly, whispering, "And I have waited for you, Kwame." The kingdom rejoiced as Kwon and Oho were married. Music, feast, and golden decorations filled the palace. Yet, beneath the joy, a shadow lingered. A year passed, and the couple had no child. At grand banquets, laughter and music echoed through the halls, but whispers of worry remained. King Kwon raised a cup, murmuring, "Oho, shall we ever have a child?" The queen, holding his hand, replied softly, "Patience, my love. Hope will come." Often, Queen Oho sat by the window, staring at the moonlit village below. She whispered to the night, "Why must our joy be delayed?" Her heart ached for the child she had not yet held. The king and queen traveled far, consulting wise elders and healers. They crossed rivers, climbed hills, walked dusty paths, but years passed, and hope remained distant. At last, their prayers were answered. Princess Omra was born, a child of extraordinary beauty. King Kwon cradled her, eyes glistening, "She is the gift we prayed for, Oho." The queen, tears streaming, whispered, "Our lives are complete, thanks to her." As she grew, Omra became a young woman of grace and wisdom. She played in palace gardens, laughed with chickens and goats, her flowing dress catching the sun. Her parents watched, hearts full, for she was the reward of years of struggle. Under ancient baobabs, Omra read scrolls of knowledge and wisdom. Sunlight danced on her golden beads, and her mind grew sharp as her beauty. By the river, Omra laughed, water sparkling around her hands. Birds and fish watched, and the kingdom's hope flowed in her laughter. Far from the palace, Mojo grew up in humble surroundings. His mother had made a grave mistake, a love for a married man that brought shame on their family. Though the man was banished, the villagers never forgave her. Mojo and his mother worked tirelessly on a small yam farm, the sun beating down, their hands digging through rich soil. Yet, he grew kind and strong. Villagers pointed, whispered, and laughed. "The boy of shame," they muttered. Mojo lowered his head, accustomed to their scorn. Only his mother remained by his side, her love unwavering. After every harvest, Mojo and his mother walked for miles, carrying baskets of yams to sell in nearby villages. Their own village would not buy from them. Yet, they persevered, quietly proud of what they could achieve together. Years later. One afternoon, by the riverside, Princess Omra noticed a young man. She smiled and approached, breaking through years of isolation. From that day, they became friends. She saw not an outcast, but a young man with courage and a gentle heart. But darkness fell. Months later, Princess Omra grew weak, her skin pale, her strength fading. King Kwon clutched her hand. "Oho, we cannot lose her." Queen Oho, tears streaming, whispered, "I will not let her go. We will find a way." They called the greatest herbalist from nearby villages. Roots, leaves, and pods filled the air with fragrant smoke. Yet all shook their heads. Nothing could save her. Inside the temple, incense curled to the ceiling. Chief Priestess Okolo chanted, calling upon the gods. 3 long months passed, and still, silence answered them. Finally, the god spoke. Okolo's eyes glowed. "There is one herb, hidden deep in the evil forest, that can save the princess." King Kwon stood. "I will go myself." The priestess shook her head. "It is forbidden. Any royal who enters will bring calamity." "What shall we do?" asked Queen Oho. Our daughter, she is dying. King Kwon clenched his fist. We will send the bravest warriors. The kingdom's lives cannot be risked. The town crier rang his bell. The warrior who retrieves the herb shall receive half the kingdom, a chieftaincy, and Princess Oma's hand. Whispers spread through the crowd. Few dared enter the evil forest, yet hope stirred. From the back stepped Mojo. Villagers laughed. Mojo, that outcast. Are you mad? I will go. I will bring the herb. Despite the laughter and whispers, Mojo remained calm. Years of hardship had taught him strength and humility. Only Princess Omra knew the courage he carried in his heart. Chief Priestess Okolo carefully selected 12 warriors, including Kojo. Some faces were brave, others fearful. Each now carried the kingdom's hope and the life of Princess Omra. The 12 warriors stood ready, weapons in hand. Princess Omra watched from her chamber, frail but hopeful. The journey would test courage, wisdom, and heart. Villagers gathered to watch the warriors depart. Awe, fear, and hope flickered across their faces. The kingdom's fate rested on these few brave souls. The forest loomed dark and twisted. Shadows slithered between gnarled trunks, glowing eyes peered from the mist. Somewhere within, Princess Omra's life hung in the balance. Mojo prepared his small bag, sharpening a spear and checking his provisions. The journey ahead was dangerous, but his heart burned with courage. From the balcony, Princess Omra watched him, frail but full of hope. The 12 warriors marched through the village, villagers bowing, praying, and whispering. Every step carried hope, fear, and the weight of the kingdom's future. At the forest edge, twisted trees, curly mist, and distant glowing eyes awaited. The journey had begun, and somewhere inside, a humble young man would face his greatest test, and prove that courage is measured not by birth, but by heart.